Welcome to the second episode of Degrading CivMC. You have just seen where we are going today, so I'm not going to take much more of your time. Please sit down and relax, maintain hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times, and enjoy the trip that we are about to take inside the heart of the jungle. Yoahtl's capital city is Citadel, which has a lot of diverse architectural styles, but this is enforced by a strong dereliction and a strong density politics. The city is packed to the brim, as you can currently see, and it's ever-changing, ever-adapting, shape-shifting to the world around it and being isolated at the same time. This makes a lot of layers of story that we will explore today on the undergrounds. Not so far from the city we find the Olympic zone of Yoahtl, which in contrast it's open, it has a cohesive architectural style and it's free to visit. It even has a villa, an Olympic villa for all those athletes that come from around the server to participate in the Yoahtl Olympic Games. Its central piece is the Yoahtl Olympic Stadium, which shines brightly under the sun, as a beacon of hope of uniting a server under the sports banner. The railroads of Yoahtl are known all over the server. They can be both used by rail and horse because all of them are built on the surface, offering amazing views during all your travels. The wall of Citadel is perhaps its most iconic feature. It protects the city from sky to bedrock, and it only grants access to those who really deserve it. It also features the first and perhaps one of the few sky defense of a city in the server, and trust me when I say that this has been put up to the test. The Citadel undergrounds are a windy maze of roads and tunnels under the city. In the past, people painted the ceilings blue to not forget the sky that they had long stopped seeing. They even invented rain clouds made of water dispensers to try to feel the rain on its bodies again. Nowadays it's used as a storage and living rooms, but it's home of the Archaeological Guild, a guild dedicated to finding the old remains, such as the staircase. When you reach the staircase, you are reaching the first settlement of Citadel. You are faced with an unending staircase, hence the name, that reaches to the depths of the city. Left and right you see all homes of those who helped shape what we have just seen today. You can feel their resilience, their strength, their desire to be better, to escape the stone, and you can feel the lives of those who struggle to make it happen. Some even say that you can even hear their voices, as many and many died on the rock slides while the building works started. I was lucky enough to be guided by one council member to this staircase, and I do not recommend going alone, as the feeling of unease is all ever around you. The voices can be heard, and it's not a safe place. One could even say that it's haunted.
Ooh, shiny.
Hey, hold on. Oh, Aaron, how you doing, man?
You know, it's a great day in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know, right? How's Jess doing?
Oh, we broke up recently.
That sucks.
Yep, but you know, everything is looking up.
I know. Things are looking up for me, too.
The Pigeon is the central piece of Yoahtl religion. When Yoahtl was refounded to avoid hostilities to New Yoahtl City, or NYC, some old writings were found in archaeological sites. Those writings talked about another NYC, which also had the Pigeon as its central piece. Paganism rapidly changed to religion, and the Yoahtl people accepted the Pigeon as its symbol. The Pigeon signifies resilience, change, adaptability, and a shape-shifting city is a perfect fit for that iconic bird. The Citadel is the central piece of the city of Citadel, and it features the government part of the building. However, on its ground floor we find something very unique, a public factory room. All basic factories can be found here, and they are free to use for anyone that has access to the city. Even if the city is closed, one has to give extra points for this service. Upon arriving on the first floor, we are met with the stairs that directly lead you to the government part of the building. The first room you will find in front of you is the Yoahtl office. The Yoahtl is the leader of the city, and together with its council, they choose the future for the city and the nation, always ensuring safety of the city first. On the last floor of the Citadel, before reaching the roof, you find the council table. The council room or council table is where all the council members, which are democratically elected by the citizens of Yoahtl, sit down to discuss pressing matters, defense, economy, nation problems, and even alliances are discussed here, so most of the history takes place in this room. Finally we reach the roof, where the pigeon lies, ever watching, ever vigilant on a changing city, but he himself remains unchanged. The pigeon provides and the pigeon protects. All of Yoahtl owes to the pigeon. Welcome back to the studio, and thank you for having joined us on this trip to Yoahtl, the nation inside the jungle. It is time we put some scores on the categories so we can put Yoahtl to the high board, and I think we should start by the aesthetic. Yoahtl has an impressive aesthetic, especially on the Olympic zone. However, it lacks some consistency on its architectural style. The houses inside Altepetel's capital city are a little bit all over the place, so I would have to give only a 3 out of 5 on this category. As per infrastructure, Yoahtl is just perfect. It has a 5 out of 5 for me. It has available ice roads, available rail that is on the surface and can be used by horse, and on top of that, you have the amazing wall that protects you as long as you're doing business inside the city. When talking about businesses, it is time to talk about services, and Yoahtl there gets a 4 out of 5. They would have gotten the perfect score was not for the need to access the city in the first place. But once you are inside, you have access to a free factory floor with all basic factories, the biggest ML exchange on the server, and a lot of different shops for all the needs that you may have. Then we shift to the thematic, where they get a 4 out of 5, because, trust me on this, to have an Olympic village or an Olympic zone, it's quite of a flex. And on top of that, the concept of a city that changes with a strong dereliction politics and that adapts to the server, I think it's very flavorful. And all the things that are on the underground just adapt. Finally, I just want to talk about the friendliness, and I have to thank all of those that have shown the city to me. But it's a walled city, isolated from everything, so I can just give a 3 out of 5. Don't get me wrong, once you get inside and you are accepted, they will be the most friendly people to you. Now let's go straight to the polls. This week the people have said the following. First, very positive and positive opinions on Yoahtl, with almost a 50% being positive and only around a 10% of very negative, which I guess it comes from other issues that nations have had in the past. Let's go straight to the comments. The first one says, I once breached their city, it was very fun, I'm not sure it was fun for them, my friend. Another one says, sometimes there are potholes in the street that open to 50 block falls into the undercity. The lucky ones die from the fall and the rest have to contend with what lurks beneath. Let me tell you, it's not a pretty place to be alone. Another guy says, I went to Altepetel once to buy some armor, it was pretty nice, futuristic looking city with great attention to detail, although I do have to take some points off, because the name of the capital city and the nation is a pain in the ass to pronounce. Tell me about it, my friend, it's Yoahtl Total or what? They have a very weird obsession with pigeons, is our last opinion, and remember, the pigeon is always there. I think it is time we place Yoahtl on the high board. After everything that we have discussed right before, and more importantly, after everything that you have seen on this episode, Yoahtl takes its second spot on the high board. It has not been enough to dethrone Fabia, but then again it was a very difficult contester, but it has a 7.6 out of 10, making it one of the highest problem marks that you will see on this program. I really hope that we can find someone to dethrone both Pavi and Yoahtl. Thank you all for having joined us. I really hope you can vote on the poll for the next destination to visit. And remember, you may not be able to live in it, but we can visit it for you. Thank you and see you on the next.